Today we're answering a question about a particularly tricky position. It's the half guard where your partner turns to face your feet. But when they're facing you, we understand most of us what to do. We need to block the upper body, create frames and wedges so that our partner can't control our head. And then from there, we're looking to free our legs, either to regain a butterfly guard or another version of open guard, or we're looking to sweep our partner or pommel our legs to the inside position. A lot of that stuff changes when your partner turns around and faces the opposite direction. So in a case of regular half guard, we're here, and most of us understand at this point that we need to create some sort of control over this part of our partner's body, because if we don't, then they end up with a cross face and they flatten out. A lot of this changes when your partner, because you're blocking this arm, takes this arm all the way over the top, puts their elbow on the far side and sits their hips through, posting their knee. So I'm unlocking the legs, but you can see here he's got his knee posted. So when we're on the bottom here, it's tempting to just unlock your legs and start to like knee elbow escape or frame out, but you have to understand that the only thing that's holding your partner's leg in place is your leg. So if you unlock and start to bridge, things like this, there's nothing holding your partner's leg in place. So it's very easy for them to take a giant step over the top, and now you went from a position which was bad to a position which was much worse. So anything that we do from this position is going to have to involve some sort of control over our partner's leg. And when we're on the bottom here, we can't always keep our legs locked if we want to be able to create movement. Remember that locked legs are very good for holding someone in place, but they make it very difficult for us to move ourselves. So we're going to have to figure out a way to do this. The first thing, before we get to the legs, is we're going to focus on what our arms are doing. When your partner turns to face your legs, your elbows need to be down by your partner's body. Okay, if your arms are up wide and they're able to walk their hips up here, taking your elbows away, this is going to make your job a lot more difficult. So as much as possible, we want to either prevent our partner from walking their hips up, or if we feel them walking the hips up, we want to create a strong frame here with a forearm by the hip and a forearm up by the armpit in order to be able to slow their progress. Okay, now on to the legs. So we have our legs in place. We're going to keep our bottom leg actively hooking. And we're going to unlock our top leg. We're going to take a short pommel, and we're going to put our foot underneath our partner's leg, just like so. If you can get right under your partner's knee, that's great. And usually, if your partner's sitting through in this fashion, they have this leg up. So we're going to take our leg, we're going to pommel underneath. Now, we're going to turn our knees up to the sky, and we're going to bring our hips in this direction. So you have a frame here, your back heeling here, and then you're going to take your two knees out. That's going to shift your partner's weight off in this direction. You can see what happens to this near leg. It becomes exposed. So as soon as we see this leg exposed, we're going to bring our knee to this side of the hip, and we're going to control ashi-garami here. And now you've got your partner's leg locked. You've got a couple of different options. A good one to hit right away, especially as your partner starts to turn. You're going to tilt your knee. There's the heel. You're going to gather it, bring the toes into your armpit, lock your hands. From here, you can begin the action of finishing your partner, or they'll roll and you'll end up with the heel hook on the outside, as we'll see in just a second. So from a reverse angle, classical chest-to-chest half guard. We're here. We understand we have to control our partner, control the frame. We're looking to get our legs back to the inside position somehow and get back to the guard. All that changes when your partner's answer to this post resistance is to take their arm up over the top and take what we would call the reverse underhook. They want to keep their elbow under here. So we begin with elbows in 1. Now from here we're back heeling. We're going to pommel 2. We're going to create a turning action by bringing our hips underneath our partner, driving them out this way. Here, that's going to elongate this leg. Now we slip our knee, pass our foot to the hip, and now we're in here to ashi. Okay. Once our partner's leg is exposed, you can gather up your partner's heel. You're ready to start to put some pressure. You can roll them through, and you have a good finish on the outside. So this is a very difficult challenge to work with because you can't see what you're doing. That's why it takes a little bit of time to drill so you're comfortable controlling the leg and pommeling. When you first start doing it, of course, you're going to lose that leg a couple of times. Your partner will get mounted. The key is not to get discouraged and to stay focused on pommeling that leg to the inside so you can create your frame. And you've got a good entry into ashi on your partner's other leg. Thanks for watching.